Good morning and welcome to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. I'm your host for today, Tawana Wright. Folks, we're so glad you're tuning in with us. We want to remind you that AARP is empowering people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization with more than 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate on their behalf, all of them without regard to politics. Folks, since the pandemic began, AARP has been engaging in a series of virtual events because we want you to stay active and healthy while you're at home. We have been doing gardening classes, we've been doing car workshops, fraud events, and cooking shows. So we're hoping that you'll take advantage of all the programming that AARP has to offer. And today, immediately following this event, we have a broadband teletown hall that you can listen to on Facebook. But without any further ado, let's go for what you came here for. Jerri.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
Doing well this morning. Glad to be here.
What are we going to be working on?
Today is about our core, our stomach, our belly, our abs, whatever you choose to call it. And today we're on the floor, but you can be in a chair. You don't have to get on the floor to do these things.
Well, that sounds great, Jerri. So, folks, we want to remind you that before you begin any exercise routine, you should consult your physician to make sure that the exercises you're doing are something that you can safely participate in. So, without any further ado, Jerri, take it away.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad that you decided to spend some time with me this morning. And what I want to remind you, if this is your first time or if you come all the time, the only thing that I require is a smile. That's it. That's it. I would love for you to open up and enjoy what we're doing. And if nothing else, just give me a smile and observe what we're doing. And these are things that you can do at your own time. What we're doing today is working our core, our abdominals, our stomach, our belly. We're working that. But what I want you to understand, I might be on the floor, but you can do these same things that I'm doing in a chair. So you don't have to get on the floor. And if you're not comfortable taking it to the floor, I decided that I would do things where I'm on the floor, but I could do those if I was sitting in a chair. So give me my smile. We're going to get started. And the first thing I want you to do is understanding how I want you to engage by sitting up. So often I tell you, we don't sit up, we don't engage our abs. And when I say engage your abs, sometimes we will hold our breath. We think that's engaging our abs, but your abs, I want you just to pull them in without holding your breath. Okay. So sit up nice and tall and engage your abs. Proud body right here. We're just like that proud peacock. Okay. So we're sitting up nice and tall if we're on the floor, if we're on the chair, regardless. Okay. And what I want you to do is engage your abs without slumping over, without bending over, just sitting straight up. Doing that will wake up your abs. You won't believe it, but it'll wake them up. So engage those abs, just pulling in, think about your navel and just pulling that in to your back. Just engage it. You probably can't see it, but you can definitely feel that. So let's pull in 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now just relax that body. Now, if you did that and you did it correctly by sitting up and engaging your abs, and just think about your navel and pulling it in, engaging your abs. So your abs and your back are one piece. When you do that, you can feel it. Again, you may not be able to see it, but you can feel that. So just pulling that abdominal in as if I were a little stopper and I'm pulling it in, pulling it in. It's a pull and release. Okay. I want 4, 3, 2, and 1. These exercises that I'm doing, again, to the naked eye, you may not be able to see it, but it's something that you feel. And when you feel an exercise, instead of seeing it, it's actually a little bit more challenging because you're unsure if you can see someone doing it, but you can feel it. So keeping that in mind, I want you to engage those abs, and I simply want you to roll your arms all the way up. So you're sitting down and your arms are up. Now your arms are up, you're not holding your breath, your abs are in, and just holding this move will cause your abs to say, hello, yes, it will. So just pulling those abs in. It's like you're sitting on the edge of a chair, you're pulling your arms up, but what's holding you up are your abs. Bring those arms down. Again, abdominal contractions. That's what we're doing. It's abdominal contractions. So pulling that up, okay? So when I say that, understand you're welcome to do it. I'm going to place my feet flat on the floor, okay? So I'm just going to take these feet, put them flat on the floor. And what I'm going to do is think about my abs. And if I were in a chair, I could slide my bottom to the middle part of the chair. So my back is not on the chair. And what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to engage my abs and lean back just a little bit and hold this move. I'm just leaning back just a little bit and I'm engaging my entire abdominals, okay? Holding my abdominals, not my breath. Come on, I want you breathing and I want that smile. Now bring it up. Now, how did that feel? Yeah, it'll get your attention. It's a slight move, but it's a powerful move. Abdominal core work, okay? So again, if I was sitting in a chair, I won't have my back to the chair. I'm going to use my back to be my support right there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend my arms out and I'm simply going to engage my abdominals, okay? It could be a little bit challenging, but you can go back and just holding it. If I want to, I could take my arms up higher. I'm engaging those abs. They're here. I could take my arms across my chest and I'm engaging, I'm pulling in that abdominal with a holding move, but I'm not holding my breath. How does that feel? Let's hold it for 5 counts. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it up. Now, what I want you to hear me when I say this, because I too, I'm guilty of it. I think I've got to be moving fast, or moving quickly in order to work. That's not always the case. That may be the case in some situations, but not when it comes to your abdominals. And I try to tell people, you've got to be able to hold that move in order to work it. But of course, we're used to just doing something, crunching, doing all of these things quickly, but sometimes a slow move and a holding move will give you the exact same effort, okay? So again, we're not moving fast. We're simply holding it back. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back for 2 and up for 2. Now, when you do this move, if you're in the chair, make sure you're not on a rolling chair because I need that chair to be stable. But what I want you to do is think about your abdominals, engaging your abdominals when you do this move. And I want you to think about not holding your breath. I keep saying that because when I tell you to hold your abs, that does not mean to stop breathing. Doesn't mean that at all. It means simply to engage your abs and to think about what that feels like versus what that looks like, okay? So let's go back for 2 and come up for 2. Let's try a few of those and see how that works. So we're going to extend our arms out. We're going to go back for 2. We're going to come up for 2. I'm holding those abs. I'm engaging. I am not holding my breath at all. And when you go back, you can go back as far as you're comfortable with, making those abdominals work when you do that, okay? We can make this a little bit easier or a little bit more challenging. But we're going to go back for 2, and my back is straight. It's not slouched over. I'm going to do one more set and bring it up. Now, how did that feel? Sometimes when we're at home, we may be on Zoom calls or whatever types of calls, and we're in a chair, and we feel like, gosh, I should be doing something, and maybe on a break or maybe just in, 15, 20 seconds, you can work those abdominals. So again, leaning back and coming up. Now I'm going to just extend my legs out, okay? And then right here, I'm going to roll those arms up. They're up, and just holding those arms up with my abs engaged. You'd be like, what? I'm like, yes, that can give you an amazing resistance to that core. Your arms are up, your abs are in, and you're just holding it. You're not even moving. You're holding your abdominals. There you go. Let's hold this for another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring those arms down. How did that feel? I hope that your abdominals are saying, I feel that resistance when we do that, okay? So abdominals is not just the front, you've got the sides. So let's try to do just a little bit rotation with that. And when I say rotation, let's take these arms out and let's just turn to the side. Let's just go to one side at a time, as if we're closing something with our abdominals, okay? So we've got something, we're closing it. We're just going to twist those abdominals, okay? So it's a turn. There we go. I want 4 more. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. And when I do that, I'm using all of my abdominals. And what I need you to understand is how your core is connected to your body. And a lot of times we think, oh my goodness, it's my back that's hurting. But maybe it's your core. And a good example of this would be when someone is pregnant and they're saying, oh my goodness, I'm having a lot of back pain. But that back pain is coming from the front of their bodies. So sometimes our bodies, we will think that it's happening from one side, but it's the opposite side. So the core is so important. And sometimes that back pain is because the core is having to work harder. And when it's working harder, it may make you think that it's something else, but it's the core. So we want to keep it strong. Okay. Let's do the other side. How about that? Okay. We're going to do 8. Our arms are out. We can clasp them together. They're here. It doesn't matter. So let's go. It's 8. It's 7. It's 6. I'm twisting with my waist. 5. My core. 4. It's 3. It's 2. It's 1. How does that feel? What about that? Let's try that again. But this time, let's not even use our arms. Let's just turn from our waist. So my hands are just right here in front of me. So let's twist from the waist. It's the core. So it's if I'm taking off, unscrewing a jar or something, but I'm using my waist to do it. My abs are engaged and I'm working it from my waist. My upper body is turning, but it's my waist that's doing it. I want 3, 2, and 1. How about that? Engaging those abs again. My abs are zipped up. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not like this. I'm not leaning over. My back is up, is straight, and that core is zipped up. Okay? Let's go to the other side. Let's do 10. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How about that? So again, working that core and working it differently. Okay? If you're comfortable, we're going to make that and kind of alternate it with the core. Okay? So I'm going to place my feet flat again on the floor. Okay? And remember how I was leaning back and engaging my abs. So I'm going to lean back again, but I'm going to twist a little bit this time. So I'm working that core. I'm still there, but I'm turning. It's 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? Now you can go back as far as you want to. I could engage my legs with that. make it a bicycle. I can work that core like that. So it's a lot of different things that you can do, but engaging and holding those abs and not your breath is so, I mean, it's a workout. A lot of times people say, well, how long should I work my abs? You want to work them to a fatigue, but not to the point that you can't do anything else. So I would recommend being comfortable. But if you're on the floor for 5 minutes, or if you're on there for 30 minutes, I want you to enjoy it. Make it your own. Own it. It's not like you have to do, if you're running or if you're walking 30 minutes, you don't have to do that to your core. Your core it's going to react. So again, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes on the floor, abdominals, crunches, holding your body. There are a lot of different things that we could do. We can do them on the floor, and we can do them in a chair. So understand, it's not a long workout like you would if you were hiking or walking, okay? But making sure you get those abs engaged, just holding them, engaging them. And again, just if you sit up in a chair, and I don't know if you've ever had someone say, sit up, stand up. Tell yourself, sit up, stand up with your abdominals. Relax those shoulders, engage those abs. Now, right here, I simply want you to take those abdominals, and I want you to think about, again, how we started. We're going to pull it in, so those abs are in. I'm engaging. It's almost like I have a band across my core, and I'm pulling in. Inhale with my abdominals. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it. How about that? Let's do 8 more. I want to smile. I want you sitting up nice and tall. If you're in a chair, if you're on the floor, if you've been doing all of the moves, or if you're deciding, you know what, I think I'm going to try the move this time. You're sitting up on your sit bones. You're sitting up nice and tall. And I want you to take that belly button and engage it 8 times. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it. How about that? So I hope you've enjoyed it today. I know normally we go a little bit longer, but it's our abdominals. But what I challenge you to do is to turn on your favorite music. And I want you to just to decide, you know what, for this 3-minute song or this 4-minute song, to engage your abs, working your abs just by pulling in that navel. Okay? And always give me a smile. I thank you. So, Tawana, what were you doing?
Well, Jerry, I was doing the exercises and I kept pulling my headphones out. I guess I need to get off of the corded headphones if I'm going to be doing the exercise show. Folks, thank you for joining us today. We're going to play a short promotional video. Please remember to fill out the survey. I dropped it in the chat box and I'll drop it in there again. But please remember that we need you to fill out the survey for us. Thank you, and pay attention to these upcoming events. And remember, we have a teletown hall immediately following this show. Thank you.